Hey guys, Inder this side from 24/7 everything. Hope you all are doing great. We are again back with another video and this time it's on Asus Zenfone Max Pro M1. So in this particular video we'll be going to review the latest available Android 10 Beta 5 with the version 438. So let's begin with that. So on my phone screen you are able to view that this is an Android 10 based stock ROM. Aside to that, security patch level of 5 December 2020. Kernel version is 4.4.192 perf plus. Then build number ending 438 and build date is of December 3rd, 2020. And apart to this, build type is official but beta version. And apart to this, there was some question in my previous video like whether Asus will ever release the stable version or not. So still there is no official information available yet. Most probably because this is almost 11 months like they have released their first beta version and now they have released beta 5. So I don't know whether any company has done this part or not. But now with these things, I don't think they will ever release a stable version. But if they will, then it will really surprise us and hopefully they will be doing this at least by next month and so because by next month or by the end of next month it will be almost a year with these beta versions and so on. So now let's focus on a system section side or setting side. So in system, firstly, we'll move to gesture. In gestures, we'll have default gestures. So if you are familiar with this, then you can set up it. But for now, I'm just going to skip it because this has been persisting available since Android Pie and so on. Apart to this, system navigation. If you are like for the videos purpose, I'm using 3 button. If you want to uh, use gesture navigation which are available since Android 10 version, so you can use it because this is an Android 10 beta version, so this will surely be helpful for you. Afterward, now let's move to the developer options, but before that you should be aware that how you should turn it on. So for that you have to tap on about phone and afterward just move to below and build number, tap it here 7 to 8 times until unless it will say that you are a developer. Now as soon as it will say, then these developer options will be turning on. So here we will be just discussing few settings and I will recommend that just play with those and do not play with any other because if anything will be hampered then I am not responsible for that. So firstly we'll move to the debugging section and in debugging always turn USB debugging on. It's not only for this particular phone, you can turn it for any phone you are having with the Android operating system. Aside to that, game preferences or game driver preferences, I've already created a dedicated video on this in the past. I'll be sharing the same in the description box below so that you can go over afterward. Afterward, we will be moving to drawing section and we'll be setting few scales. So like this is a drawing section and here we'll be moving to 3 different options. One is Windows animation scale, transition animation scale and animator duration scale. So by default, these are 1x. I always prefer to make it 0.5x so that your phone will be responding much faster in terms of animation and so on. And afterward, just move to the very bottom for the theming section. So here you will find accent color, headline, body font, and icon shape. So in accent color, it is by default device default. Let's change it to black. Now system wide, you will see the accent color has been changed to black. So let me just change it to device default. After a body font only, like aside to device default, we are only having one more, that is Noto Serif or Source Sans Pro. Just tap it here and it will change it. But again, I prefer a default one. Afterward, icon shape. So by default, they have selected device default. If I'll be changing to teardrop, then system wide it will be changed to that particular icon. So let me change it to device again. Now after system section, now let's move to the security part. So which is again one of the vital part. So with respect to pin, pattern, password, all are working absolutely fine. There is no problem with that. Now let's move to the fingerprint scanner and let me show you the demonstration. So it is quite fast. Again, let me do one more time. So 9 out of 10 time it will work absolutely fine. Sometime you might have to press your finger harder on a fingerprint scanner to detect it. And it has been, I think, since even in sometime in Pi and Android beta versions as well. And aside to that, like face recognition, let me do the demonstration of that as well. Let me do one more time. So there is no problem with the face unlocking as well. It is working absolutely fine. So from the securities point of view, everything is working fine. Nothing creating any problem and so on. Now let's move to the storage section. So the good thing is that in storage section you can access your internal storage and external storage both without any problem. And aside to that, from the USB preferences perspective, you will be easily able to connect with like micro USB card with your phone and with laptop by transferring data from phone to laptop or PC or from PC to phone and so on. Earlier in some of the beta version it was broken, but in beta 4 and beta 5 both are working absolutely, like in both the version it is working absolutely fine. Okay, now let's move to the sound section. So sound is almost same since beta 4 version, that is with the version 432. I haven't seen any change in this particular version, but again if you are facing any major issue with respect to phone, then I'll be sharing a link in the description box below which is applicable with all the beta version, be it beta 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and it will resolve all your underlying issues with respect to sound. So after sound, now let's move to the display section. In display, nothing major has been provided, but there are two things. One which is under lock screen display. One is this show lockdown option. Once you'll be tapping on power button, if you have turned it on, then it will show you like this way. Otherwise, it will be hidden if you will turn it off again. And apart to this ambient display, like related to new notification, when to show, it is working absolutely fine, like it was working in version 432. So there is no problem with that as well. So after this, now let's move to the very vital part, that is battery section. So I'm not sure whether my phone's battery is being now damaged or internally. I won't say internally like in terms of battery drainage and so on, or statistics are not refreshing, but I'll be discussing each and every bit. And even the overall review score will surely be depending upon this particular usage as well. So firstly, we'll discuss about charging time. So it took nearly about 2 hours and 47 minutes to fully charge my phone from 0 to 100%. Let me remind you one more thing. I'm not using the default charger which was shipped with this particular phone. I'm using compatible 10-watt charger. So, but there is a catch with this. Like after charging it for 100%, I just put this phone on a idle stage for next 1 hour and 30 minutes, and I just like checked again. Then nearly about 4% of battery was drained after just charging it to 100%. And afterward, I restarted my phone to see whether any other whether these battery statistics or metrics are refreshing or not. What I noted down that after 96%, as soon as phone was restarted, it was showing 89%. So again, a loss of 7% or battery, 7% of battery was drained just after restarting. So basically, according to this, battery matrix or statistics are not refreshing. So I'm not sure whether this is related to my phone only or with others phone. If you are also facing the same issue, then do let me know in the comment section below. That will surely be helpful for others as well, because sometimes it might be a problem at my end. That's why it is behaving like this. Now after this, now let's discuss about ideal battery drainage, and for this I have noted down this for 3 different days. So on day one, 1% of the battery was drained over a span of 9 to 10 hours. But afterward, like I always do, I restarted my phone to see whether battery statistics are refreshing or not. So once I restarted the phone, I see that additional 6% of battery was again consumed or drained after just restart. So basically, rather than 1%, it was 7% of battery was drained. So again, battery matrix was not refreshing. Now again on day two, 2% of battery was drained over a span of 7 to 8 hours. But again, I restarted the phone, and this time the battery was drained or dropped by 19%. That was really a strange part. So not sure, again the same thing. On day 3, 2% of battery was drained over a span of 9 to 10 hours. Then I again restarted, and this time the battery was dropped to 10%, like by 10%. So again at my side, this in this particular version, this is a major issue that I have faced. So again, I am emphasizing this might be related to my phone individually only. Maybe you won't be facing an issue. If you are also facing that, that will surely be confirming that this is a global issue rather than my own phone. So after ideal battery drainage, now let's move to the battery consumption part with respect to the gaming sessions and so on. So for that, I'm just going to open Call of Duty first. If you are familiar with my previous video, then you know that what I'm going to discuss now. So I was using this like medium graphic quality and high frame rate. This is what it's available, or I would say the highest one which is being available for our device. So again for this, I played 1 hour of gameplay for 2 to 3 different time to show to note down the each and every battery consumption metrics and so on. So on an average for a 1 hour of gameplay, 15 to 16% of battery is being drained for playing like Call of Duty. Apart to this, I've also noted down the temperature reading. So before starting the gameplay, it was 19 degree, and as soon as I completed a gameplay of 1 hour, it was showing me 32 degree. So apart to this, I haven't faced any issue or lag while playing this game. The gameplay was smooth as we were also getting the same in beta 4 version. Now after Call of Duty, now let's open Free Fire. So I was using these default settings which are being shipped whenever you will be installing this app from the Google Play Store. So with these settings, again, I played 1 hour of gameplay for 2 to 3 different times, and on an average, the battery consumption was 8 to 9%, and gameplay was really smooth. There was no lag, no issue at all. And apart of this, temperature readings before starting the gameplay was 19 degree, and as soon as I completed a 1 hour of gameplay, it was 29 degree. So overall, gaming was really nice. And apart of this, few users were asking from the PUBG's perspective. So I haven't tested anything because at this moment it is illegal. So I don't want to take any risk with respect to that. So after battery consumption, now let's move to the connected devices. So in connected devices, I usually test two things. One is Bluetooth and another is screencasting. With Bluetooth, it is working absolutely fine, be it file transfer or audio via Bluetooth. For the screencasting, it is working absolutely fine with the Intel-based laptops, but at my side, I am having one AMD-based laptop, so it is not working fine. But other phones are able to connect to that AMD laptop, except this Asus phone. So not sure whether there is a mismatch with hardware and so on. So after connected devices, now let's move to the network and internet. So firstly, the main doubt is related to Wi-Fi calling. It is available only for Geo at present. No information whether it will be available or compatible with the Airtel in the coming future or not. Apart to this, native video call recorder, both are not available yet, and I'm not sure whether they will ever be providing this because there is no even uh, I would say information on the stable version, then how we can be expecting these other functionalities. And apart to this, in terms of Wi-Fi connectivity, mobile internet, calls, SMS, all are working absolutely fine. There is no problem with them at all. So all over there was no major issue with the network and internet. Again, the same as we were getting in beta 4 versions. So after network and internet, now let's move to the quick settings section. So in quick settings, whatsoever has been provided by Asus is working absolutely fine, be it dark theme toggle, storage section related icon and so on. So there is no problem with that. After quick setting, now let's focus on a default tab. So I have hardly installed 4 to 5 different apps, and among these, I would say default apps, I always recommend do the analysis with respect to FM radio because there are few users or there might be more users who are relying on FM radio on a daily basis to cut down their time whenever they are traveling, to cut down their free time and so it is working absolutely fine. There is no problem with that. Now let's focus on a play protection certification. So let me open Play Store and then afterward I'll move to settings. So device is certified by default, so there is no problem with that. This has been like if you are getting devices not certified, then most probably you might have unlocked bootloader and so on. So in that particular case, it will surely be showing you the same part, but you can do a lot of things to make those changes. If you are using a TWRP, flashable Android 10 beta, then you can install Magics and hide it and so on, other things as well. Now after this, now let's focus on the status of camera 2 API. So the best thing is that hardware level 3 support is available out of the box, or I would say by default with Android 10 beta version. It has been persisting since the beta 1, so there is no problem with that. And any compatible GCAM mode will work with this particular drive, except that slow motion part. Okay, afterward, now let's focus on a wide one certification. So at my side, it is showing L3. If it is L1 at your side, then it will surely be showing L1 whenever you will be flashing this or using this. But again, I'm not sure because I don't have that particular other device to check this part. And it has been persisting since the time I flashed the firmware in TWRP mode with the Android 10 beta 1 version and never able to get revert. Afterward, stock camera, so it is working absolutely fine. Even I would say now you will see smoother images as compared to even with the beta 4 version. Sometime you might see some random errors like yesterday or day before yesterday my phone app was crashed because I had opened few apps in the background. I was just testing or doing stress testing. So in that particular case it stopped or just crashed. But apart to this, I haven't seen any major issue with the camera UI. And this is the GCAM 7.x. So I'll be sharing the link with you in the description box below so that you can download it later on and install it. Although all the compatible GCAM 7.x mod will be working with this device. So you can find it if it is compatible, then you can install it. But this will surely be working the one which I have shown you and I'll be sharing with you in the description box below. Afterward, now let's move to the benchmark score. So for that, firstly, I'll be opening enter to benchmarks. So overall, it is showing 1,51,338 and below ones are the consolidated on the basis of CPU, GPU, memory management, UX, and so on. Apart to this Geekbench 5 scores, so on the basis of, I would say CPU, the single core scores 281, multi-core score shows 1268. From the computations part, OpenCL in using OpenCL API or engine, it is showing us 443. So using Vulkan API or engine, it is not showing me it fails in the half through whenever I'll be running this particular benchmark scores. And apart to this RAM and memory management, it is working absolutely fine. It's the same as we found in beta 4 version. So there is no problem with that. Your apps will surely be in the memory for at least 5 to 10 minutes. After that, OS might flush it according to the available like space and so on. Now like the main thing comes from related to the overall review score. So for this particular version, my overall review score is 80 out of 100, and it is, I'm just deducting this because of the battery problem. If it is only at my side, then overall review score should be 90 out of 100 because it is an improvement over beta 4. But with respect to battery, the issue which I am facing at my side, I am deducting it because for the beta 4 I have provided 85 out of 100, and for beta 5 now I am deducting it. That's why it is 80 out of 100. Now, before I wrap up the video, I'll be discussing few bugs with you. So again, the same bug. Zenfone logo is back during the boot screen. You will see gap between the navigation bar whenever you will be turning it for the gesture navigation. This home screen wizard is again fixed. You can't change it. The main thing is that this is basically a AOSP build, so I think Asus has purposely done this part. And the most annoying part is this settings. After even setting or customizing my phone, it is still showing me these things. And last one is the bugs as per the community. They are saying that apps are crashing, unresponsive behavior, frequent battery draining, some say slow charging time and poor sound still and so on. But I'll recommend if you have flashed this particular stock ROM, then I would recommend you to first wipe your cache partition and see if those underlying issues have been resolved or not. If not, then I will recommend you to do reset, but that will surely be a time consuming thing because you have to first take backup and then you have to again reinstall everything. So for each and everything there is one trade-off, so you have to be aware with that. So this was all from my side related to the review of version 438, that is Android 10 beta 5 for Asus Zenfone Max Pro M1. Hope you like this video. If you really like this video, kindly share this with your friends and family, and apart from this, please subscribe to our channel because this will surely motivate us and boost us to create more videos like this in the coming future. Finally, it's the time to sign off now. Bye for now. Thanks.